Very frustrating.
Tell me about that.
I want Elon Musk to do something about this. Probably help us out.
So electric vehicles may be the wave of the future, but a whole lot of owners are having trouble dealing with Chicago's bitter cold temperatures. Public charging stations have turned car graveyards over the past couple days.
Dane Placco reports on the frustration and some tips from an auto expert.
Nothing, no juice, it's still on 0%. And this is like
What's up, gorgeous people? Yeah, don't worry, you're on the right channel. I'm just letting this information play through now so you can get a feel for what's going on. But we'll get the intros done shortly. All right, peace.
This car is a fuel that's made out of nothing but water and air.
The entire car industry is about to fall apart as an efficient and daily usable water-powered engine was finally developed, which threatens both EVs and fossil fuel engines as it tends to completely eliminate the huge levels of pollution that vehicles produce.
Elon Musk's all-new hydrogen car has shocked the entire car industry. Elon Musk just decided to surprise the entire automobile industry with a new set of hydrogen-powered cars, instead of his popularly known electrical vehicles. What's so special about hydrogen, and why is everyone so shocked? If you know Elon Musk so well, you will be well conversant with his former dislike for hydrogen-powered vehicles. He liked to refer to the hydrogen cells as fool cells instead of fuel cells, and at one time he called the idea of having hydrogen-powered cells mind-bogglingly stupid. However, his distaste would not be forever, as per what he wrote on Twitter earlier this year, acknowledging that he had been wrong all along. The tweet went something like this: "Really excited to announce we're switching Tesla from batteries to hydrogen in 2024. Watch this space for the amazing Model H. More range, fast refueling, drinking water on tap as you drive. I was wrong about fuel cells. They're actually amazing. Reserve yours with Dogecoin."
Hey, what's up, gorgeous people? So I was scrolling through on some information, just checking out what was going on my Insta, and came across Billy Carson's latest post in relation to this hydrogen car, and it caught my attention. It was really interesting, and I've heard in the past how hydrogen was being considered to power vehicles and so on, but the fact that it's now it's set to eclipse EVs, after EVs have been in a very almost like short inception from 2008. It's interesting, you know. It also makes me consider how there's controlled releases of technology at various phases and stages, whereby people can make money during those points, you know. And but yeah, that's another story. Now, in the midst of all of this, I also came across a gentleman by the name of Derek Bailey, who is able to retrofit any vehicle to make it become an EV. Check this out if you haven't already seen it.
The very first African-American automaker has inspired an Atlanta car maker to bring the black community into the EV revolution.
Derek Bailey has gasoline-powered vehicles he converted to electric.
Our retrofit is to show that we can use our technology to actually bring everyone into the EV revolution by allowing you to bring an old car in on Monday, and next Monday you pick up an electric car.
So just as soon as EV has come into inception and its existence, now it's set to be eclipsed by hydrogen, which it's good, you know, I mean, it's great, but it's a short window, basically. You've got about 4 or 5 years of EV before the transition from EV to hydro. So between now and then, or that time, I see this as being an investment opportunity that if you position yourself, if I position myself at the right point in time with this, before all of the information is mainstream, then if I get in early enough, I can capitalize upon the late interest of those getting on board later. And they've chosen Dogecoin as their vehicle to use for people to express their interest in seeing a project reach its fulfillment. You know, what was interesting was that I hadn't even known or realized that there was a gentleman who had already worked on this in 1940 and had achieved great success with this. Most of his information was actually then locked away, and he was murdered as a result because they wanted to contain that information. So that's when I wanted to then look in to see what information was out there about him, short form, just to get an idea and see if there was correlation between what was being said from different sources. And that's what I'm about to share with you now.
Do you remember there was a video circulating many years ago about a guy who created a car that runs on water? And then this car that ran on water, I mean, he apparently had a viable engine and it was really working. And then he had a heart attack. And as he was dying, he was saying, "They killed me. They killed me." And then he died. Nobody heard from the water engine again. Meyer said that his invention could do what physicists say is impossible, turn water into hydrogen fuel efficiently enough to drive his dune buggy cross-country on 20 gallons straight from the tap. Wow. He took a sip of cranberry juice, then he grabbed his neck, bolted out the door, dropped to his knees, and vomited violently. I ran outside and asked him what's wrong. His brother Stephen Meyer recalled, he said, "They poisoned me."
Stanley Allen Meyer was the inventor of the water fuel cell automobile, a buggy powered by water. His patented buggy claimed to split water into hydrogen and oxygen, where the hydrogen gas was burned to generate energy and the oxygen discharged through the exhaust with harmless emissions. Stanley stated that oil industry representatives had repeatedly threatened him and even offered millions of dollars to destroy all traces of his work. Stanley died unexpectedly in 1998 while out dining with his brother and 2 Belgian investors. He abruptly dashed outside after a drink of his cranberry juice, shrieking to his brother, "They poisoned me." His death was declared of natural causes via a brain aneurysm. The toxicology report found no indication of poison. Suspiciously, the buggy and all of Stanley's equipment were stolen from his garage. The patent is rumored to be concealed away securely from inquisitive eyes.
So in terms of initial findings, that was pretty much it. This is just showing how the technology works when it's functioning. Now, I'm no financial expert, but it definitely seems that hydrogen is definitely a way forward for powering vehicles. And certainly if Elon Musk has U-turned from what he previously said about it in 2015, I think it was, to now what he's saying about it in 2023, it's definitely something that's worth looking into. In the post, Billy had mentioned one of the cars being a Hyundai Nexo. So I looked into that car in terms of who was making it, how much was the cost, which was around 48 to 50k sterling. The cost for fuel and its engine capacity in terms of fuel storage. Whether it was safe, whether it was considered to have a future, and just high level assessing the comparisons between EV and hydro. As you may recall, Elon Musk said reserved interest can be shown by purchasing Dogecoin, so I'm just reacquainting myself with it. So where it was leading me was to see this as an investment opportunity, which is why I was doing all the research around the pricing and the value and where it potentially may go to. And I wanted to look at projections for myself as to how much it would be if I bought a few, and to what level it would climb to. So, from that point on, I was looking again at the charts and trying to ascertain exactly what Binance was saying about it as a company, how it's been performing, how much it can be currently bought for at this point in time, and so on. Just some due diligence, basically. We at Shard advocate, of course, that you also do your own. I wasn't clear upon what API free was, so I just did a quick research on that also. So I wanted to see what my final fee would be if I was to purchase 40,000 coins at this point in time, and it's coming in at under 1,100, which is really, really good. So I then wanted to look at the potential of where the value could climb to over the next few years. So what it was basically showing was that it would climb from 5 cents to almost close to $1. It was interesting to discover that the value, its potential value, is capped at $100, as this article explains. Next, I want you to see what car companies were pushing for this within their production, and who was the market leader within hydrogen energy. After determining that to be a company called Lind, I wanted to look at Lind and whether or not it could be found on the stock exchange and how they were performing there, basically, and do some more research around hydrogen energy. Many of the findings were fairly positive. The only glaring negative I found was the mention of fuel production costs being high, but they will work on bringing that down. And then I just wanted to make sure I had the right ticker handles for the investment vehicles. Buying shares into Lind, though, it's quite expensive. It's $391 at this precise moment in time. So from my standpoint, I won't be able to get like 10 of those, but I'd probably get 3 just to make a start. Yeah, Lind definitely seems like the company to invest in. There are also some ETFs that basically include their support towards this whole initiative as well. Well, that's my findings shared. I hope you found it helpful. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.